Hi friends, hope all are doing well. Welcome back to my channel Flavors of Life. Today's recipe is something which everyone would love to do and we always have an inhibition. Will it turn out good? So here I am with it. It is garlic bread. I'm going to show the basic dough recipe, in which today I'm going to make it as a garlic bread, and in the following week the recipes coming up will be the variations using the same bread dough recipe. And we should not forget one thing, right? Yeah, as I told in my past videos, I will be sharing a small experience which was really beautiful and was a turning point for my research journey in this video. So keep watching. Let's get on the recipe first and then the story. For the recipe, let's first activate the yeast. So for that, take a bowl, take half cup of lukewarm milk. Make sure the milk is warm and not hot. To this warm milk, add around half tablespoon of sugar, and then goes in the yeast. I am using actually active dry yeast. This comes around 2 teaspoonfuls, so I'm just emptying the packet into the milk mixture. Mix it up really well. From my experience, I would let you know, I normally didn't mix the yeast mixture when I prepared the bread recipe earlier, and it was a great failure because the yeast didn't activate. So make sure you mix it up really well so that everything dissolves and get mixed up quickly, and set it aside without shaking the bowl so that the yeast will activate. Now you can see the yeast is activated really well, and let it sit there, and we'll start with the second part of the recipe. Into a dry bowl, add in around half cup of yogurt or curd, whichever is available in the place you live. To that, add 1 whole egg. It can be a large egg, preferably in room temperature. Mix this up really well. Initially you will find it's not getting mixed up, but don't worry, keep mixing and you will finally find a creamy mixture, so keep mixing. Once that mixing is done, let's go ahead with the dry ingredients to the same bowl. Add in all-purpose flour, 600 grams of it, and then goes in the baking powder, which is half tablespoon. I pre-measure things and I add, so you can do it. Add salt, and then the proofed up yeast mixture to it. See, this simple it is. You just have to mix it now and keep it aside. So mix it up using a whisk or your hand or a spatula, anything you have in hand. Now it's time to move on to a spatula because it's a sticky mixture. Don't worry, it's still sticky, but never worry, it's going to turn out really good. The toughest weight of the recipe is just letting it sit in your kitchen counter for around 2 to 3 hours according to the climate in your place. Let it double in size. This is the toughest time for me because even as a kid I cannot let anything sit there untouched. I have to keep peeking through, so I'm using a cling wrap. You can use a kitchen towel also. Oh yes, seeing something raised up or baked is pure happiness. Can you see the web formed? It's gonna come out really good. Trust me friends. It is sticky. Don't worry. Don't worry, I'll keep repeating this until you see the final result. Flour a surface really well and just transfer it there and keep adding flour until you feel the dough is not sticky at all. I'm going to divide the dough right now and I'm taking a small portion. Look at that now. Now it's not at all sticky. I used around 5 to 6 tablespoons of flour to get the dough in this consistency. Just need it for around 5 minutes, which is more than enough. This is a very easy recipe. Make sure you're able to roll out the dough. Look at that, it's perfect and ready to get rolled out. Okay, at a point of time we can become professionals. Yeah, roll it out, stretch it out just like a professional can do. This is all ready. You can line your baking dish with wax paper or even with a foil as I did, and transfer this into that baking dish and we'll do the next step. Filling is the next step. So we'll go ahead with 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. To that add 5 to 6 cloves of garlic which is finely chopped and a handful of coriander. I'm just making it a little Indianized, so I'm adding fresh coriander to it. And then oregano, yeah, quarter teaspoon of oregano for that Italian touch to it. Mix it up really well and we'll start spreading it up. Let's spread the mixture all over the dough equally. Let it be equally in all parts so that you get the teeny bit of taste and goodness in every bite. So, are we forgetting the story time? Yes, to the story time. When I was doing the voiceover for this video, I was struck by a word or a sentence told by my transgender friend. And the quote goes like, "Every turn in our lives was dark and all the doors were closed." After this ingredient, I will explain what the quote means to me. Add in any cheese of your choice, spread it evenly. And to the quote, "I was silenced. I was standing as a question mark before her. I didn't have an answer. The interview was unsuccessful. I came back home. And during the return journey back home, I just thought, when did all this happen? They were worshipped. They were gods before centuries. And when did they become people who were not even wanted by anybody? When did that happen?" Friends, don't you think it's time to look back into the history and know what just happened and why we are neglecting them? I did the same and I knew why that happened. But to know that, you have to wait till the next video. So this is all ready. I tucked it up. As you saw in the video, I'm adding a little more garlic mixture on top for it to give that beautiful golden brown color. So I'm doing that. While that's getting done, let's have a small chit chat on the social topic. Yeah, if we find something is going wrong around us or there is some great fatal flaw, we immediately blame there is something wrong with the society going on. And friends, we forget we are the society, we form the society. If I have to point out the transgender problems in India, because my research mainly focuses on India, the problem is with the public. The public includes us. So the change should start from us. Okay, while that's going on, make little marks on the dough so that it becomes easier to cut it off. Now let it sit again for another hour. I don't have that patience, so I'm going to wait for only 30 minutes. And I'm going to put it into the oven, which is preheated at 400 Fahrenheit for 15 to 20 minutes. When I see that golden brown, yummy. Now look at that freshly baked golden goodness. The garlic bread I have made has my twist and my personal touch to it. You can definitely get on creative and make your own garlic bread and make your family happy. Time to cut it open and see how well it is baked. As you can see, it's so soft. And you can see the cheese, yummy, yummy cheese. And of course, it is crispy from the top and perfect to be served any time of day, morning, afternoon, or even night. Now it's time to give an end to the story too, right? I personally feel the research journey in itself is a therapy to mold any individual into a better individual. Live and let others live. Don't judge until it's necessary, is the lesson I learned from my research. Hope you all liked the experience I shared and the recipe. If you liked, do consider subscribing. And thank you for watching. Stay healthy, stay happy. Bye bye.